Hi, it's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we did a quest called Stealing Knowledge, where we had to get 4 tablets. And those tablets were the Tablet of Marcury, the Tablet of Sail High, and the Tablet of Bethamara. And we had to bring the Tablet of Jin Yale to Jezremon. We did that yesterday when we came to Orgrimmar. And now we have to deliver these 3 other tablets. But while we do that, we're going to do some quests along the way.
What you want?
And I'm going to do a quest called Bone-Bladed Weapons for Jezremon. Might as well since we're here. Maybe there's be something you can do for the hand now that me think about it. Yes, Jezremon could use your help for sure. In Ungoro Crater, there be raptors with deadly claws. Some of those raptors sometimes have white claws instead of ones black like death. The hand have clients that like weapons crafted from these claws. Bring me many of those white claws, and me pay you good coin. Do it fast enough, and maybe me help you in other ways. Bring 8 white Ravasaur claws to Jezremon and Orgrimmar, and we will get a ring that gives us 24 attack power, not bad. A fist weapon, or a polearm. And 40 silver, not too shabby. Not too bad at all, but I guess we'll do that quest. Looks like we picked up a rallying cry of the Dragon Slayer as well, which is nice. Gonna buff up quick here. And while we deliver these, I think I'm gonna deliver. So we delivered the one in Orgrimmar. We did deliver that to Jezremon, Jin Yale one. Next one I think we're gonna do is this one, delivery to Magatha. We have to go to Thunderbluff and deliver the Bethamara tablet. And then after that, we'll just have Undercity and the one in Ashara. And we'll probably do the one in Ashara last. And while we do that, I guess we will do some quests along the way. We might as well, right? So today we're going to go to Thunderbluff. We're going to deliver this this tablet, Bethamail, or whatever it's called. Got some weird names, these tablets, Bethamara. And then we're going to head over to Ungoro Crater and slay some raptors, maybe even slay some lions as well.
And thunder.
So let's head over to Thunderbluff. And we'll do that. I was thinking today about, since they're delaying Shadowlands into November, the release, well, I assume it's going to be like early or mid-November. Will Naxxramas be delayed as well? Got me thinking. Because I don't know if they're going to want to release Naxxramas like right around Christmas. It's making me think Naxxramas might be coming out in January, which would not be too bad. But it also makes me wonder how long will we have to wait until BC? Guessing July, maybe August? Like, say Naxx comes out in January. That would give us like 6 months of Naxx. 6 to 8 months of Naxx, and then BC comes out. I think that's not bad. Supposedly they only have like, I think, like less than 5 people working on Classic right now, so seems like the majority of their resources are going to Shadowlands, which is good. Probably isn't too much to do with Classic. They really just have to release Naxxramas and they're done. And that's already been done before, so it's probably not that hard to do, I would assume. But what do I know? I don't know anything about computer science or coding and all that stuff. Probably is some work that goes into it. But one thing I do know is they're putting all their resources into Shadowlands. I'm happy that they're delaying the expansion. Supposedly the last time they did this was in BC, and BC turned out to be a great expansion, so really hoping Shadowlands is a good one as well. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the leveling in Shadowlands. I think it's going to be kind of cool being able to go back in time and go to, you know, the old expansions and play them the way they were played. Because, like, in current retail, when you, like, level a character, you just get spammed by, like, every expansion when you're in Ogrimmar at a certain level. Like, say, once you're, like, level, like, 90, you just get spammed by Cataclysm, you get spammed by Mist of Pandaria, BC, Wrath, and now you can just, like, just choose one. I think it's just, I don't know, it's more organized now is what I would say, which I think is kind of cool. And people who haven't played the older expansions now can, like, check them out the way they were. Well, the questing, that's about it. And I guess the dungeons too, but they won't be able to check out the raids the way they were, but you get to see the quests and the zones and kind of follow along with the story a lot better than you would be able to today in retail. Yeah, I think Shadowlands is going to be good. They updated the player models, updated all that stuff, updated the leveling. Mythic Plus is still there, which is great. Well, it's something that I enjoy, and I hope Torghast it does well. I really hope Torghast does well. So I'm happy they're taking their time. So let's go down, and we'll head over to the Elder Rise. That is where we are going to deliver this quest. Delivery to Magatha. Get a little bit of XP for that. And then once we finish delivering all this stuff, I guess we'll be able to head back to Ashara and then get some more XP and try to finish off all the quests we can in Ashara. So here we go, back talking to Magatha again. She's in here. There she is.
What brings you to Old Magatha?
Old Magatha. Yes, Flag Carrier, what can I do for you? I have many matters I must attend to, so please be quick. Ah, at long last, the tablet of Bethamara. I was wondering if my partnership with Jadiga had failed, or if the poor orc had found her death in Ashara. I am glad she was successful. Bethamara was one of the Highborn's most influential alchemists. The wizard alone was said to have mastered transmuting metals, among other things. Take this note to Jadiga. Tell her the payment will be here for her when she returns, and tell her I am pleased with her work. Go swiftly, Flight Carrier. Tell your master I will be awaiting her here. Deliver Magatha's note to Jadiga in Ashara. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. We did all the work. I didn't know Jadiga was our master. Wonder if we can read this. No, you can't read the notes. It's too bad. Well, it looks like Jadiga is our master now. But I was just about to say that. Like, why are we doing all the work? We got the stones. We literally got the stones ourselves. And we delivered them. And now we're delivering back the payment. And the note. Yeah, we're doing all the work. Pays to be the middleman, guys. That's the beautiful thing about 2020. We're getting rid of a lot of the middleman stuff. The middleman is starting to decrease, that's for sure.
How may I aid you?
But yeah, it's like, it just pays to be the middleman. Like, she literally didn't do anything. All she did was find... She just found the, what's it called? The deal. She's probably getting a way better cut than us. So let's fly out. We did that quest. We got like 2,000 XP. Not too shabby. Now we're going to do the actual quest we want to do today, which is Bone-Bladed Weapons, where we have to get white Ravasar claws. Seems like that's like a lot of quests in WoW in general. It's just some guy has a deal. Like right here, this Ravasar claws. The guy that we're doing this quest for, Jezramon, he makes weapons out of them, right? So pretty much we're just going out to get him his supply of white Ravisar claws, and then he makes weapons out of them and he makes a profit, which is fair. That's not bad. He has a skill, right? But this other lady that we're working for, Jadiga, what does she do? She didn't do anything. All she did was just tell us that, hey, there's some stuff here. If you get me the stuff, I'll pay you. You know what'd be cool? You know what'd be cool? Is if they added negotiation into WoW quests. If you could negotiate your reward. And then there has to be like a trick to it. Like you can negotiate and then Jadiga could be like, okay, I'm not talking to you anymore. Like you could negotiate, be like so annoying to a point where the quest just disappears. Or you could negotiate for a higher price. You know, you can get paid more. Or you can like negotiate and like do terrible job and get paid less. Like, you know, they don't even talk to you anymore. And you have to take like this crappy amount. I think it'd be cool if they added negotiation into WoW. It's kind of like something you would see in like Fallout or, you know, the Outer Worlds. Maybe Skyrim too a little bit. You can like, I don't know, it's just it'd be cool if they added that RPG element to the game. So I don't know, I don't like how like I have to just take the 40 silver. You know, I should be able to negotiate a bit. They could just do so much more with the dialogue in general. Like, this game's so far behind dialogue-wise with questing. There's so much to improve, and wow, it's crazy. But they just stick with the good old, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, they just stick with the old school. It's been working for 15 plus years, questing, where you just read the quest, this is the reward, it is what it is. Do it or not. Yeah, I just thought of that. I think it'd be a good idea. Negotiations during quests. Oh, just make questing more interesting. And then you'd have like people with guides, like how to get the most out of this quest, how to negotiate to get the most out of this quest, yada yada yada. I think that would be cool. And you'd have different dialogues, you know? That would be funny, you know? There would be funny moments where you just, like, insult the person, and then they just don't, like, do quests with you anymore. And maybe that, like, destroys the entire quest chain, and now you're hated by this faction because of it. I just think they could make they could do so much more with this game. It's so old. You know, and it's so old, like stuck in its ways. But they do it because it's it's just cheaper to do it that way, I think, too. Like, they just stick to the way it is. It's probably it's obviously much easier. It'd be a lot of work to do what I want to do. 100%. The beauty of the way it is now, it's simple. And simple is good. You don't want to make things too complicated. But the thing is, WoW's been trying to make things complicated over the past couple of years. You know what I mean? With covenants, with Azerite armor, Azerite power, the legendary weapons in Legion, and like building those up. They try to complicate everything nowadays, so why don't they just complicate questing? Make it more interesting. Yeah, that's my little rant about questing. Yeah, I wish they did that. I've done a lot of quests. Read a lot of text. Some of them are funny. Some of them I get a laugh out of. But most of them are like the same. Yeah, the same stuff. The good thing is though, what they do, they actually like change the dialogue based on like the race of the character. You know, like when I was talking to the troll there, you got like that type of dialogue. It's hard to read, but you know you're talking to a troll when you read it. So I guess that's a good thing. That's like a you know, an element of like variety, I guess. But most quests are they're generally the same. I like the elite quests. I like quests where you fight elites. Those have been the most challenging by far. Like this one won't be that bad at all. We're just gonna go down to down south here to where all the raptors are. We're just gonna slice some raptors, pick up some claws, and that's it. But we're back, guys. We're back at Ungoro Crater. This should be good. One of the main things that makes questing interesting, though, is having PvP enabled. When I level in Shadowlands, I'm 100% gonna have War Mode on the entire time. Just because not only do you get more XP, more rewards, but it just adds another element to questing that makes it more fun, in my opinion. I've always liked that in MMOs, like the element of surprise or the element of like kind of having a little bit of fear while you're out in the world, like you're not safe. That's always like a good thing to have in MMOs, especially when the punishment is high. Like if you die, you get a chance to lose gear or gold or a lot of gold or progress on your character, all those things. Like in this game called Tibia I used to play, when you would die if you didn't have blessings, there's a chance you could drop your loot, like a piece of your loot like this. Like say I got slain, I didn't have these blessings that protected me, and those blessings costed like a decent amount of gold. And say like I lost my boots because I didn't have blessings. It just adds like an adrenaline rush when someone attacks you and makes you a little bit more aware out in the world. But one thing WoW does though, it's a good mix, you know? That's one thing I think WoW got right. Was how they made sure that, yeah, when you have PvP on or you're on a PvP server, it is, you know, you do have that feeling of like, oh no, someone could attack me, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody does, and they take you out, send you to the graveyard, it's not that big of a deal. You know, it's not you didn't lose really anything. All you really lost was time, which is valuable, but a lot of MMOs are much more punishing when you die, that's for sure. So I think they have a good balance there in WoW. Like, I don't really mind if a guy camps me for like 3 kills. Once it goes to like 4 or 5, then I get kind of annoyed. But if like some level 60 came right now and just took me out, 2 shots, I'd be like, whatever. Not a big deal. If he started camping me, then yeah, I'd get a little fed up. But it's not too bad. And it would be fun, you know, if I got away maybe, or if I defeated a level 60 somehow. That'd be kind of fun to try out. But Ungoro is looking kind of barren right now. We don't see many alliance out at the moment, which is kind of a shame. Just kind of looking forward to coming back to Ungoro Crater and maybe seeing some alliance out and about. Just gotta find these raptors. Usually they're around here. Yeah, there they are. The Ravasaurs. You want white Ravasaur claws. I wonder if every raptor drops Ravasaur claws. Clearly much stronger than we were the last time we had Venom Hide Poison. We got a claw, and we also got Ungoro Soil, which is nice. It's always good to get. So looks like we're gonna drop rate's pretty good on these claws, which is good to know. These raptors won't be too much of a challenge. They're only level 51. I think we were level 53 when we were here last. This was a tough zone when I was here. Makes me think that maybe I should go to a more challenging zone after Ashara. Thinking about maybe hitting up the Plague Lands. That would be pretty tough to do. A lot of the stuff in the Plague Lands is like close to level 60. Just like 58 plus, 57. But yeah, Ungoro is kind of easy now. Silphus would be another challenging place to go to. It's another Ravasaur. No alliance out here, though. It's too bad. Got some more feathers. Yeah, it seems like the drop rate is kind of low. Slayed around 4 of them and only got 1 claw. Which I don't mind. Because that means we're going to get a lot of XP slaying these guys. Good old Ungoro Crater. Seems like I have like this Venom Hide Poison on my weapon. It's like a buff that I got. I don't know where I got it from. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna get a decent amount of XP fighting these guys. They haven't been dropping many of these Ravasaur claws. Probably gonna wipe out all the raptors in Ungoro. There's a runner here. These guys are actually pretty fast. I never tried to run away in cheetah form from one of these guys and get caught. Nice crit. But yeah, you can tell there's not many people out here. There's like all these raptors. No one's slain anything. It's kind of odd. One thing retail has done though, they have made the quests better. I'll give it that. They've made quests more interesting over the last couple of years. They've added more like mini games, and they kind of have gotten away from, you know, just go out there, slay some mobs, something drops, and you bring it back, which I kind of like. I think they started to do that once they Legion. Once they started they added the world quests being a big part of the game. I wonder if world quests are still going to be a thing in Shadowlands. I haven't really looked into that yet. Guess you would get anima from it. Which is supposedly the new resource you have to grind for. Supposedly it's not as much of a grind as Azerite and Artifact Power was. So that's good to hear. Supposedly there's a cap every week. It's not that hard to hit. Which is good. Because when they didn't have a cap, people would just go over it by ridiculous amounts. They just wouldn't stop playing. They just farm Azerite and Artifact Power like all day. So it's good they have a cap. Allows people to, you know, take a break from their mains and go check out, you know, other classes, maybe play an alt. You know, all that stuff. Maybe do something else in the game other than the most efficient thing to get your power level up. So at least they're listening to the community about that. I hope there isn't some like constant grind that never stops. What I mean is like just a grind that doesn't have a cap and you just keep on going and going. Those are addicting. And I think it's just bad for the game. I was kind of like that. I was really addicted to getting Azerite power in the beginning of BFA. I had a pretty high level of mech at that point in the game. I did a lot. I pretty much would always, like every day I would do like as many, like pretty much all the Azerite world quests I could. And then I just keep it up with keep that up every day, and I would do my weeklies, my Azerite weeklies, and that would keep me, I guess, a little bit ahead of the curve. There's some people that were like crazy, and they would farm. I forget what these things were called, island expeditions, and they would farm them like all day. And their Azerite power is just insane. I didn't mind doing island expeditions. They weren't bad, but I would only do like the weekly for it. I thought it was kind of fun. I thought it had potential because there was like a PvP aspect that they were trying to add to it where you could compete with players in it. But it never really got popular. And I think the reason why it never got popular was because people just got sick of doing it because they had to. It was like you were forced to play it. I think the player base didn't really like that. Gave really good rewards for Azerite, especially for the weekly end. And just for your time, like if you would do an island expedition and if you did it fast, you would get a good chunk of Azerite. That's why there was always like pre-made groups running it 24/7. I can't believe we only have 2 White Claws. There we go. Just had to say something and we got our 3rd. We've already got our bar for the day. We're 2 bars in. Level 55. XP's going up quite fast still. I don't think it's that slow for where we're at. We need 180k XP to hit level 56. Which is a lot. Have to probably slay. Whew. Probably have to slay around like 500 of these raptors. I'm just guessing. To get 500 to 600 of these raptors to get next level. Which is probably, like, it is, like, the best way to farm XP in Classic. Like, if you're trying to level fast, best thing to do is just farm mobs. Like the South Park episode where Cartman and everybody, Kyle, Stan, all them, they just farm boars. Like the entire episode to hit max level. Like, yeah, it wasn't efficient, but they were giving players the clue that farming mobs is the way to go. Quests are good. They're not bad. Sometimes they're worth it if they give good rewards. But if you're trying to be efficient with your time, then farming mobs is the best thing to do. Which is why dungeons are so great. If you're doing dungeons fast, then it's great to do those. That's why mages do so well, because they can AoE farm mobs. There's nothing more efficient than a mage AoE farming mobs out in the world. I think that's why mage got world first 60. If I had to vote, like, what's probably the best class to play in Classic WoW, I'd probably say mage. 100%. And I think there was a consensus saying that it pretty much was the best to play at the beginning of the game. A lot of people were saying you can't go wrong playing a mage, and they were right. And they were right about warriors. Like, I played a warrior. Like, warriors do pay off if you put the time in, but they cost a lot of gold to play. Their gold farming capabilities are kind of low in the early game, so you really need to level up a mage to help you out with that. But they do pay off once you get the loot. They're a lot of fun to play in raids, and they're absolute monsters in battlegrounds as well. The only problem is dueling, they're not that good. So we're hearthing back. We got our claws. Good thing we had our hearth and Ogrimmar. And now we are going to have a little chat with Jezramon. We're going to tell him that we got him his claws. I think our bag space is okay. Gonna have to sell a lot of this stuff that we got on us. Got a decent little amount of XP, just a little bit over a bar. I think this quest should give us just a little bit of XP. Shouldn't be too bad. Druid's not a bad class to play in Classic. The only thing downside is groups don't really want you that much. But if you find, if you have some buddies or some people that are willing to, stay loyal to a group of guys, and they respect your loyalty to, like, your guild or your battleground group, then they'll keep you around for sure. As long as you show that you're putting in the effort. We got a couple druids like that in our guild that,
For the Horde!
we stay loyal to, because they've been loyal to us for pretty much the entire Classic journey. They've been with us, so it's pretty awesome. We've been fortunate with the druids we got in our guild.
You come get the food.
Good group of guys. Bone-bladed weapons. Alright, well, here we go. We're talking to Jezramon. Me clients are not so patient, Flight Carrier. Have you gotten any of the claws yet? Look at him, just saying we're too slow. These do nicely. Thank you, Flight Carrier. And you be here long before they needed. That'd be good. Maybe we have a weapon fashioned for you from the claws. What do you say? Okay, well, I guess we'll take this fist weapon. Should we take the polearm? I think the polearm will be worth the most. So we'll take the polearm. Got 5,000 XP for that. That's not bad. Pretty good. That's one thing about doing quests level 50 plus. You know, they give decent XP. It's not too shabby. So let's we'll go down here. I'm gonna sell some
Blood and
stuff.
thunder.
Yeah, we got 341 for that pole arm. We could use pole arms, but clearly our weapon's much better than that Whitebone spear. So there we go.
Victory.
That is the end of the episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.